So, hello everyone. We're back with talking effortlessly always. Um Today's topic, what should we say what we sipping on first?
What we're sipping on first, of course.
Okay. You go ahead.
Okay, well, I have been a little under the weather. It ain't COVID though, so don't try to play me. But I've been drinking. My mom got me drinking actually this honey ginger tea, and literally it's like made with real ginger, and it has honey and everything already in the tea, so you don't even have to add sugar. And it doesn't look like tea. It looks like a tea mix. Like you pour it in your cup and you just add the hot water. But it's really gingery and it has like a little sting when it goes down, but that means it's probably working. But that's what I've been sipping on for like the past week, just to try to get my immune system built back up. I'm trying to just be COVID free and healthy and all of that good stuff. So that's what I'm sipping on.
Okay, I think I had that tea before. It tastes, I like the way it tastes. It do have that burn. That's how you know it's real ginger.
Right, exactly.
But I'm sipping on, my E's Garden. She was on the show before, and I'm doing the hibiscus. That's my favorite, the raspberry hibiscus.
Okay,
sounds good. Yeah, I've been letting it seep, so it's nice and red. So.
Oh, okay. Good.
And I squeezed a little lemon in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
No honey, no nothing else. You didn't put anything else in it.
Just the lemon. Yeah.
Just the lemon. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Let me see how it tastes actually. I should have put some honey in it. You're right.
A little bit of, that's all I say.
Yeah.
No honey, no nothing. Okay.
But it's strong. I can taste the hibiscus and the lemon really well.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's get to it, right? So today's topic, we're going to be talking about Generation Z. So how we came up with this topic is we were just talking one day, and Lo was telling me about her son. If you don't know, she has a son that's in the Gen Z generation, and he's in the 12th grade, right?
Right. So sad.
Yeah. So she's been having like emotions up and down with your emotions, right?
Right.
Yeah. And he's a senior and he graduates this year.
Right.
And just getting his plans and helping him to figure out what he wants to do with his life, right?
Right.
So I was like, that's a good topic. Actually, I saw it on Facebook first when you put it on
my post. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was like, we could talk about that on T, because my brother, he has a son, my oldest brother, he has a son that's 16, and I think he's in the 10th grade. So and he was like, you should talk to him and stuff, because I always say I don't think I should say this word, but I dropped the F-bomb, and I was like, F them kids, because a lot of times when you're in high school, you always worry about what your classmates say, and you're just too focused on what they think of you. And 20 years from now,
it won't even matter.
It won't even.
But they don't know that though. They don't know that though. Just like we didn't know that. We thought the same thing they were thinking. So it's just the circle. It's just the cycle of life. That's just what it is.
But I didn't have an aunt or an uncle to tell me to F them kids.
That's true. That's true.
So I was like, I do need to do my part in that, just making sure I enforce with their parents, because you don't listen to your parents, it's terrible. You don't listen to them. So I, as an aunt, because I don't have kids right now, but as an aunt, I try to, because I feel like I'm the cool aunt, kind of, I don't know. They didn't tell me that, but I'm just claiming it.
Right.
So as a cool aunt, I feel like I should just reinforce that what their parents say, but in a cool way. So that's why I had to drop the F-bomb, like them kids, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, moving on. So what is Gen Z? So Gen Z is the generation. I read two different definitions. They were saying it was between 1997 and 2012, and some said 1995 and 2010. So I don't know. I guess it's either one of those two.
I just know it to be ages between the ages of 10 and 25. So it's probably one of those years, but I just knew the actual ages. So it's probably one of the years that you just named.
Yeah, and they refer to them as Generation Z or Gen Z, are also sometimes referred to as iGen or Centennials. So
okay,
I didn't know that.
We are considered millennials.
Yes,
right. And then they are centennials. Okay.
Right, millennials, but we're also considered Gen Y, I think, Generation Y, something like that.
No, I didn't know that.
But most people say millennials, so
right.
I don't want to confuse that. But anyway, so let's get to the question, because I really want to dig into this with you because you have like one-on-one experience with it. I have it a little bit because I have students at my job that I deal with,
right,
that generation, but you literally have to deal with your son every day.
Right.
So like, what are some things that can be challenging for you when dealing with your son and even other just Gen Z individuals that may be in your life?
The first thing that's challenging is the fact that they think they know it all. And you know what, but honestly, I can't chop it up to just them being in Gen Z. I just feel like that's kids, period, at that age. My son is 17 years old. And I feel like at 17 years old, when I was his age at 17, I probably was saying thinking some of the same things, but I feel like I had my future of what I wanted to do more aligned. Like I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to be. I already knew how I was going to get there. My son, no, he's not thinking about that. He's thinking about the right now. He's not thinking about the future things. He does say what he wants. He does say that he wants to be in a certain profession, but then that switches. Yeah. And I'm just like, well, you can't go to college switching it up, even though I did it. But I don't want that for my kid. Like you start classes for one thing and then you switch it up and you got to take more class. It's expensive. Yeah. So I'm trying to keep him from having student loan debt. I'm trying to keep him from not knowing what he really wants to do with his life. And right now it's just difficult because he doesn't know. So I can't force him to know. He has to go through the process to learn and figure it out on his own. So that's really frustrating because I'm like, you should know by now. But should he really? He's 17. He's still just like a kid. But should he really know? I don't know. Some kids know, some just don't. So I don't know.
Well, since I'm not a parent, but what I noticed that I want to do when I do become a parent, or just even with my nieces and nephews, is if I see like a skill set or talent that they're naturally gifted in, I want to make sure I like reiterate it to them, because sometimes they may not even notice that they're gifted in that. Like,
right.
For example, my nephew on my husband's side, he's very talented when it comes to just sports. Like he knows stats off the top of his head, and this is stuff he enjoys doing. And I encouraged him to go to college to be like a sports broadcaster. And I was like, you would naturally be good at that, Mm-hmm. So that's something you want to aim towards. It's something that you already like to do that
right.
won't even seem like a job.
Right.
And sometimes kids don't realize the things that they enjoy doing and how it can translate into a job or
right.
a career, right. Not a job, a career.
Right.
So I would say that would be something that you should focus on.
Right.
His natural talents.
Right. Okay.
I would say what's challenging for me is when it comes to Gen Zs that I interact with on a daily at my job. I have a couple of Gen Zs that work for me. I would think they would be they're in Gen Z. My student workers, they're the same, like you said. Like it seems like they're in school, so that's a plus. Yeah, and they already have picked their majors. But when it comes to their work ethic, sometimes it's just like they say they're coming and they don't come. I don't fire them or anything because it's work study and I'm not tripping, but it's just the principle. Now, all of my students are not like that. I have had some really good ones, but this year around, they haven't been so good.
Right.
And I miss my old ones. I'm like, oh my God, I miss my old students. But anyway, I don't think it's all of them, but I would say that's a challenge for me, is just their work ethic. And
Right.
this go around, they don't have it. Yeah. So I
Gotcha.
wanna encourage them to be better. And I think firing them is not the way.
Right.
I'm just gonna like encourage them and just talk to them and just have a sit down, and hopefully that works.
That's good. Don't
Yeah.
fire
Yeah, exactly. So the next question that I want us to discuss is, how can you influence this next generation in a positive way?
them. What?
How can, how can you influence this next generation? You can do it through your son.
That's the only way I can do it, because I mean, it's not, I mean, I don't know, by basically making sure he's on track with the things he likes to do, and then hopefully it will just
trickle
I don't
down
really know
to
the
your
generation, but maybe go down to his friends, and his friends might be like, hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I should look at doing something like this, or whatever we come up with. And then he has a brother that's behind him, even though he's super young. But I want him to see his big brother like doing, good, doing the right thing whenever he can acknowledge what that is. But that's something I could do, is make sure my baby's on track, and then hopefully it trickles down to people that he knows, and then it just goes from there.
And well, your family, you have a big family too.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Daddy.
sorry about that. But and then, well, I would say how I can influence the next generation in a positive way is, like I said, through my students that work for me that work with me. I don't like to say for me, with me at school.
Right.
And also through my nieces and nephews. Just, I feel like I should be more involved in their life and just encouraging them. And not always pointing out the negative, just always, like I said, just looking at things that they're naturally gifted in,
right,
pointing it out. Because my parents, which I'm not upset with them about it, I feel like they didn't really see the things that I'm naturally gifted in, and like just nourish those things, because I would be an awesome dermatologist. I guess I can still go to school for that.
Yeah.
But I really just love cutting off stuff. I mean, I never cut off anything, but I love watching it. Cutting off stuff.
Like Dr. Pimple Popper?
Yes, I love her show. It's disgusting, but I love it. So I'm telling you, if I was in my career right now, being that, I would love to go to work every day. Because even with my husband, like, he hates it, and he says it's so annoying. But whenever I see anything, I'm trying to like get it together, Recently he went to the dermatologist, and I'm just like checking. I'm like, oh, how did she do that? What did she do?
Oh yeah, you girl, that's your calling. Then you might need to go ahead and go back.
I know, but like I said, that's what makes me want to do that for my nieces and nephews and my kids and everybody. Just look at simple stuff like that. You would never have, I would have never translated that into a dermatologist, but that's
right. It's something you like to do, and you're like, oh well, like it's like you can't make money from it.
Right. So last thing, because we don't want to make these episodes long, we want to make them short and sweet and to the point.
Short and sweet.
Yeah. So let's discuss like facts, details, and like characteristics of Gen Z. Do you notice any in your son? Like
lazy. That's one. And that's not just my son, that's his cousins that are the same age, his friends. Very lackadaisical, meaning they are just like, like, oh yeah, I'll do it, or it'll happen. Like there's no rush to them. Everything is like gonna happen. I'll do it tomorrow, or I'll do that. Like there's no rush. They just are, I don't know, a little off somewhere. They're a little off.
But that's what your mom and our dad said about us too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I actually read that Gen Z often values things over experiences and access over ownership, which makes sense. So they value like expensive shoes and having a I guess Prime membership.
I think that one of the things that they value more is, I think in a sense, they will value their friends' opinions more than their parents. Them friendships be everything, girl. Like, he done broke up with a girl before, and then like it was the end of the world. And I'm like, boy, that's not your wife. I'm telling you now. Like, you're just starting your life. They'll swear. What?
You forgot I knew you then too, right?
Okay. Yes, you did. But I feel like his junk is like super extra. We all have our moments in high school where we're thinking we're going to be with this person, but like, he's done it a couple of times, and I'm just like, boy, no, you're not. And that's just based on my experience, because clearly I'm not with them people, right? No.
And so then you remember when we were kids, well, high schoolers, wait, my life is over.
Right. That used to be our favorite line. Our life is over. And it really wasn't. It was something dumb that we couldn't do or getting something. But yeah.
Oh, you remember that? We used to always be like, I call you, my life is over.
And nothing wrong. Nothing.
And it'll be the dumbest thing that our life is over for.
Right. The dumbest thing.
Yeah.
But clearly they feel the same way. Clearly.
Right.
It's just intensified.
And then I also read that couple of things about the Gen Zers. It says that they're ambitious and willing to make things better.
Okay.
It says they have a strong sense of responsibility, ethics, and sustainability. It also says they're seeking unique experiences. But this was really interesting to me. So this generation is the first generation that had everything digital, pretty much. Like, they have the World Wide Web. They don't know life without the internet.
Dude, he don't even know what like a CD is.
Right.
No idea. And I'm just like, what?
But they wouldn't know. They don't know what a phone is, like with the cord. They like, what is that? The
cord, when you press the button, especially the ones where you got to go like this with the circle.
The rotary, yeah, they don't know that. And it was funny, my little nephew, I don't even think he's a Gen Z then. He's like 6. But he went to his granddad's house, and he has a cordless phone. And it rung, and he was like, what's that? What's that? He had no idea what a cordless phone was.
That is the craziest thing ever. Like, my baby will probably not know what a cordless phone is. They probably won't know what a they'll know what a cell phone is, but they probably won't know what they won't know. I don't know. Nothing.
A lot of stuff.
Nothing. He won't know a lot of things, and that's so crazy. Like the cameras, when the pictures came out automatically, they'll never know what that is.
They reinvented those.
They did, but if they would have never reinvented them, they would have never known.
They wouldn't have, yeah. And that's with the rebooting things. I think that's what helps them to kind of understand, because they reboot everything, it seems.
Right.
So yeah, what else did I read? So Generation Z will soon become the most pivotal generation in the future of retail, and many will have huge spending power by 2026. Gen Zers are different from older generations because they're the first consumers to have grown up in this digital era.
It's true.
So I thought that was pretty neat. But yeah, so that's all we can do as millennials to help these Gen Z.
The Genials.
The Centennials. Help the Centennials. It's just like encourage them and just tell them we've been there. I mean, my mom and dad said that too. I didn't really listen, I ain't gonna lie. But but I did listen to some things that my dad said and my mom said. So you just gotta keep saying it. Something will stick.
Hopefully.
Something will stick. Anyways, we're about to wrap it up. So you want to talk real quick about what you've been up to in the 2022?
Right. So happy New Year's, everyone. So 2022, what have I been up to? Getting my son ready for graduation. That's one thing. And of course I have a 1-year-old, so it's a little tiring. So I've just been trying to focus on getting him out of school and focusing on what we got next planned for him, honestly, and just working and just living my best life. That's all I'm doing over here. Can't really do much. COVID's still rampant around here. So I still gotta be cautious. I got a little one, so not really doing too much.
Yeah. So
what about you?
2022 started off pretty well. Like you said, I'm just really working on me,
Right.
I need to eat better, work out, just pour into myself. And so that's
Right.
my goal for 2022 is to focus on me and just being a better me.
Right.
And I've been doing pretty well at it. Trying to being consistent.
That's hard. That is so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
But you gotta do it. That's the only way to, and with this show, that's another thing. We want to be more consistent.
Right.
So today we're coming to you and we're gonna make sure, I think once a month will be good, but we'll ask our listeners to see what they say. You said twice a month.
Right.
I think we should do twice or once. But you guys, let us know what you think.
Let us know.
And we'll go from there. Thank you, Shaniva, for joining me today. Or Lo for joining me today. And thank you, listeners, for listening to us whenever you get a chance. We appreciate you. We love you. We love your support. And I want to see if my sister-in-law Dion is listening, because she told me she's one of my top faves too. But I wanted to have her and my brother maybe on the show if they're listening. This is a test. If they're listening, to talk more about Gen Zers, since they have a Gen Zer. Yeah.
Okay, that'll be cool. Yep.
All right then. Thank you, Lo.
All right, y'all. See you later. Next time.
Bye-bye.